The Internet of Things is everywhere. From smart meters and industrial sensors to asset trackers and wearable devices, connected technology has become a fundamental part of how our world operates. But as anyone working with IoT knows, getting all of these devices reliably connected is no small feat. Wi-Fi might work in homes or offices, but struggles when you move outdoors or need wide areas of coverage. Bluetooth is great for short-range communication, but it depends on gateways or smartphones to reach the internet. And while LoRa and other low-power wide-area networks have offered impressive range and low energy use, they often rely on regional infrastructure or proprietary setups that limit scalability. That's where Cellular IoT steps in. Cellular connectivity brings the reach, reliability and scalability of the mobile network to IoT devices, allowing them to connect almost anywhere in the world. In recent years, technologies like LTE-M and NB-IoT have started to reshape what's possible for connected devices, offering lower power consumption, wide coverage and seamless mobility. And as we head into 2025, new advancements are taking these cellular IoT standards even further with modules and chipsets designed specifically to meet the demands of next-generation connected devices. So in this episode of Behind the Tech, we'll take a closer look at what cellular IoT options are available today, what's coming next, and the key things you need to keep in mind when designing your next connected product. As the world becomes more connected, the needs of future cellular IoT devices are shifting fast. It's no longer enough for a device to just connect, it has to connect intelligently, efficiently, and securely. First and foremost, any next-generation IoT device needs to support the latest cellular networks. As 2G and 3G networks are being phased out across the globe and 5G coverage continues to expand, products built today must be ready for long-term operation. That means LTE-M, NB-IoT, and eventually reduced capability 5G or RedCap. But connectivity is only one part of the story. Many IoT applications depend on precise location data, whether it's for asset tracking, fleet management, or logistics. That's why integrated GPS or GNSS capabilities are becoming standard expectations, not optional extras. Then there's energy. Most IoT devices run on batteries, often expected to last years without maintenance, making low-power operation mission critical. Every milliamp hour counts when your device is sitting in a remote location collecting data once a day or over a whole decade. Of course, all of this has to remain affordable at scale. When you're deploying tens of thousands of devices, even small differences in component cost or energy efficiency can make or break a project. The best solutions balance performance and price, enabling large-scale rollouts without compromising reliability. And in a world where connected devices outnumber people, security is paramount. Every device represents a potential entry point for cyber attacks, so modern IoT devices have to include robust encryption, secure boot, and over-the-air update capabilities to stay protected throughout its lifespan. But there's one more consideration that's becoming increasingly important: where the hardware comes from. Market forces and international regulations are challenging the way that technology works and the landscape in general. We've seen growing restrictions and outright bans on hardware sourced from certain regions as governments and industries become more cautious about supply chain security and potential geopolitical risks. That means companies are now looking for suppliers with not just technical excellence, but also strong reputations and stable manufacturing locations. Choosing the right silicon partner has become a strategic decision. So it's the year 2025 and quickly heading into 2026. What hardware choices do you have for your next cellular IoT project? When it comes to meeting all of those requirements for next generation cellular IoT, one device that stands out is the Nordic nRF9151 development kit. This compact, powerful board gives engineers a complete cellular IoT system-on-chip solution designed from the ground up for real-world IoT deployments. The nRF9151 supports multi-mode LTE-M and NB-IoT, and even includes a DECT NR Plus modem. That means it's ready for everything from low-power cellular communication to emerging non-cellular standards, all in one integrated platform. It covers the LTE bands from 700 to 2200 MHz and includes support for 1.9 GHz NR+ bands, giving you flexibility for operation almost anywhere. In fact, it's fully certified for global use, so whether your devices end up in Europe, North America, or Asia, they'll be ready to connect right out of the box. Built-in GNSS makes it ideal for asset tracking, logistics, and any application where knowing your device's exact location is essential. And because Nordic integrates the GNSS receiver directly on chip, you don't need extra IC hardware or complex wiring to get it working. At its core, it's powered by an ARM Cortex M33 processor running at 64 MHz with 1 MB of flash and 256 KB of static RAM, which is more than enough for sophisticated applications while still keeping power consumption extremely low, something Nordic has built its reputation on. And that reputation matters. Nordic Semiconductor has become synonymous with reliable, energy-efficient wireless products. When you choose Nordic, you're not just getting good performance, you're getting a trusted platform with strong developer support, global certifications, and long-term availability. There are very few competing ICs that combine all of this: multi-mode cellular connectivity, integrated GNSS, efficient power management, and a modern microcontroller core in one cohesive product-ready package. For engineers who want to get an IoT project up and running quickly, the Blues Wireless Notecard Cellular plus Wi-Fi is an attractive option. It's designed to simplify connectivity by combining both cellular and Wi-Fi into a single, ready-to-use module, perfect for rapid prototyping and deployment. The Notecard also integrates GPS, giving you built-in location tracking without the need for extra components or complex setups. What really makes it stand out though is how much of the hard work is already done for you. The circuitry, modem, and antenna management are all taken care of. And it even comes with data included, so once you power it and establish communication, you're ready to start sending information to the cloud. The module connects via a standard M.2 key slot, which means you can easily swap or upgrade modules without redesigning your board. This makes it an ideal solution for developers who value flexibility or who plan to iterate on their hardware. On the back end, Blues offers NoteHub.io, a cloud service built specifically for routing and storing device data. It provides an easy way to send IoT data securely to major cloud platforms or your own servers, meaning no custom infrastructure required. However, there are a few things to keep in mind. The Notecard isn't a standalone microcontroller. It requires an external processor to handle application logic and communicate with it over serial or I2C. You can't directly program the Notecard itself, which means it serves strictly as a communication module. And because it uses the M.2 form factor, your design will need a compatible slot on the mainboard to host the module, something to consider when planning your hardware layouts. Another strong contender in the cellular IoT space is the Particle M SOM LTE-M 2G plus Wi-Fi for North America, also known as the M404. Like the Blues Wireless Notecard, it's a modular card designed for quick development and flexible connectivity, but it takes a slightly different approach. The M404 integrates LTE-M and 2G cellular networks, as well as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth all into a single, compact device, giving it multiple ways to stay connected no matter where it's deployed. Its Wi-Fi support covers 802.11 A, B, G, and N across both 2.4 and 5 GHz bands, offering excellent compatibility and performance for local networking. It also includes built-in GNSS tracking, which makes it suitable for mobile and location-aware applications such as asset management or environmental monitoring. Under the hood, the module runs on a Realtek RTL8722DM microcontroller featuring an ARM Cortex M33 core clocked at 200 MHz with 16 MB of flash and 4.5 MB of RAM. Yeah, that's a serious amount of processing power for an IoT module, providing plenty of headroom for complex applications and edge processing. One major advantage the Particle M SOM has over something like the Blues Wireless Notecard is that it's directly programmable. You don't need an external processor to control it. You can write and deploy your application code directly to the device using Particle's development tools and cloud ecosystem. However, similar to other modular designs, it still requires a carrier board to provide power, manage physical interfaces, and connect its GPIO pins to the rest of your system. Particle offers its own development and evaluation boards for this purpose, making it easy to prototype and then move to custom hardware when you're ready for production. If you are looking for something simple, affordable and easy to experiment with, the AVR IoT Cellular Mini development board is a great place to start. It's built around the AVR 128DB48 microcontroller, combining classic 8-bit simplicity with just enough modern features to make it a capable IoT platform. Despite its small size, the board integrates multiple hardware systems that work together to create a functional and well-rounded IoT development tool. For secure communication, it includes the ATEC C608B cryptographic coprocessor, which handles authentication and encryption. For connectivity, the board uses a GM02S cellular modem paired with an 824 to 2170 MHz flexible antenna that covers most global cellular bands. It even comes with a prepaid SIM card from Truephone, giving you 150 megabytes of data right out of the box so you can get connected without any setup hassle. The design includes 5 user LEDs for feedback and debugging, a nano SIM card holder, an MCP9808 temperature sensor for quick environmental readings, and a quick connector to make expansion simple. That means you can easily add sensors, displays, or other peripherals without dealing with breadboards or wiring. It's also Arduino compatible and works easily with the Cellular Arduino library, making it an excellent option for students, hobbyists, or engineers who just want to get something running quickly. Power management is handled by the onboard MCP73830 lithium-ion and lithium polymer battery charger, so it's ready for portable or remote projects too. The biggest advantage of the AVR IoT Cellular Mini is how easy it is to use. Plug it in, open the Arduino IDE, and you're up and running in minutes. It's low cost, beginner friendly, and reliable enough for proof of concept development or light duty IoT applications. However, it does have its limits. The board lacks GPS or GNSS tracking, and the 8-bit AVR architecture means it's not suited for most demanding tasks like advanced data processing or long-term industrial deployment. For engineers already working within the MikroE ecosystem, the MikroE 6553 LTE IoT 15-click is a simple and effective way to add cellular connectivity to a project. Unlike a full development board, this is more of an add-on module designed to slot into an existing click board setup. It's part of MikroE's extensive click range, which means it's plug and play with hundreds of other boards and microcontroller platforms. By dropping it into your design, you can instantly give any click-compatible project full cellular IoT capabilities. At the heart of the LTE IoT 15-click is the u-blox UBX R52 chipset, a highly regarded cellular module that supports both LTE-M and NB-IoT. These technologies are ideal for low-power, wide-area IoT applications, giving you reliable connectivity across long distances with minimal data costs. The board also supports over-the-air updates, making it easy to maintain and manage devices remotely once they've been deployed. And thanks to MikroE's extensive click library support, getting the LTE IO15 click up and running is incredibly straightforward. The drivers and example code are already available, so you can start sending and receiving data in minutes. Because it's a part of the click system, it's also modular by nature. You can easily swap it between projects or pair it with other click boards to add sensors, interfaces, or storage without any redesign. However, the LTE IoT 15-click isn't meant for standalone or ultra-compact designs. It lacks GPS or GNSS tracking, and its form factor makes it difficult to integrate into reduced footprint or power-sensitive applications. It's best suited for prototyping, evaluation, or adding connectivity to existing click-based systems. When looking at all the solutions side by side, one development kit stands out clearly above the rest, the Nordic NRF9151DK. Its ability to handle cellular, Wi-Fi, and GPS in a single compact package gives it a serious advantage. It's a complete production-ready platform that doesn't require a stack of extra components or complex wiring to get connected. Beyond that, Nordic's long-standing reputation for low-energy operation makes this development kit an ideal choice for IoT devices that need to run for years on minimal power. It's designed for scalability, reliability, and global deployment, the 3 things that define success in modern IoT designs. The Particle M SOM earns a strong second place. Its powerful processor and fully programmable design makes it a flexible choice for engineers who want to control over both hardware and firmware. It also offers more freedom than the Blue's Wireless Notecard, which requires an external controller. Having said that, the Blue's Wireless Notecard still deserves recognition for its simplicity. It's incredibly easy to use, integrates smoothly with NoteHub.io, and even allows developers to debug directly in their web browser through Blue's documentation system. For those just starting with cellular IoT, the MikroE LTE IoT 15-click is a great way to add connectivity to existing MikroE projects. It's modular, supported by a strong library ecosystem, and gets you connected quickly. And finally, the AVR IoT Cellular Mini remains one of the most accessible and budget-friendly ways to experiment with IoT connectivity. Its Arduino compatibility, built-in security, and included data plan makes it ideal for beginners or small-scale prototypes. But when it comes to the perfect balance of performance, efficiency, integration, and long-term reliability, the Nordic NRF 9151 development kit leads the pack. It's the benchmark for what a modern cellular IoT platform should be: powerful, efficient, and ready for the future. Well, that's all we have time for today in this episode for Behind the Tech. If you like what we do here at Electromaker and want to get your hands on the hardware shown in this episode, then head over to the official Electromaker store and don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Robin Mitchell, and I'll see you next time.